Hello, this is Chris with PixelFreak.com, and we are continuing our Gunman Clive walkthrough. This is World 3. So I think at this point it's probably a good idea to mention that even though you're watching me go through this game, and I'm going to beat the entire game in, I don't know, a half an hour, the game itself is not actually a half an hour long. It'll probably take the average person your first playthrough, I don't know, two and a half hours, something like that. The problem is that you die quite a bit throughout the game, and I've actually edited all this video together, so even though this is my third playthrough and it probably took me about an hour to an hour and a half to go through the game, I edited it down, and so now it's just a half an hour of video. There's the first stage. Those mushroom things are pretty cool. They're bouncy mushrooms. So those bouncy mushrooms are probably one of the harder mechanics to control with the touchscreen controls. With a controller, though, it's pretty simple. I guess I should mention at this point that I am playing this. I recorded this with me playing on a 6-axis controller with my rooted Droid X2. So I actually am performing a little bit better. I have played through the whole game with touchscreen controls, but when I wanted to record this video to go through this game, I figured it would probably turn out the best if I used a controller, and it was a pretty good experience with a controller. Highly recommended if you have one available to use a controller for this game. Makes the game a little bit easier, but also it's a much more enjoyable experience in addition to it being easier. Ooh. Dirty little bunny. I go back for blood. That duck needed to die. And there's that stage. So these are really interesting, these jumping platforms here. You got to be careful. You can't stay on them for very long. If you stay towards the center of them, it actually helps to keep your balance. Just keep yourself moving. Keep yourself jumping. Don't stand on it for very long. Ooh, almost fell there. Again, these rocks here, you kind of roll on them to the side, and you can roll over enemies, and later on you have to roll over spikes. But it's kind of tricky. You just have to kind of learn the mechanic. And here we go. I think this is over spikes, actually. Yeah. So you got to be careful you don't fall on the spikes. Later on, there's a spot where you're going over spikes, and you control the rock. Those rocks were moving on their own. On the jumping here, you can kind of watch how I do it, but it's really a timing issue. I just walked right through that one. This one up here is a little bit tougher. The top one is. Once I get up there, you might see. I think I actually have to go around it a couple times before I'm able to make it up. That guy with the dynamite, not making things any easier. No, perfect opportunity right there. Oh, I missed it. There we go. I got hit, but I still got it. See, so that's the problem right there, is that it's really easy to fall off of this particular block. There we go. Looks like I got it. All right, I got it. So, here's our rocks against spikes that are rolling the opposite direction. So I don't know. This isn't too tough. At least it wasn't too tough for me. Having them roll against you, you actually slow. It's like slowing down your forward motion. So that's the end of that one. Here's another Mega Man mechanic. This is from the Elecman level in Mega Man 1. They use a similar mechanic in a lot of the Mega Man. So this is an interesting point right here, because you have to jump into the center to get that guy. And I did it with such finesse. That wasn't even a very good example of killing that guy. That was a little too perfect. But you kind of have to jump and then crouch and shoot him. And then, I should have shot that bird. And then jump back up again because the wind is blowing against you. This room's kind of funny because it seems like it'd be really difficult, but I've never even been hit in this room. It's actually very easy. That's a pretty easy room. Again, this is also pretty easy. Just timing. That was stupid of me. Shouldn't have jumped then. Right here. Take a shot. kill the back gun, and then you wait for the front one, and then jump over him, and then kill him too. And those turret guns, those are pretty easy. What kind of gun is that? Is that the big gun? That's the... Oh, anyways. Guess I don't get it. Probably because I realized it was the big gun, and I was like, I don't want anything to do with that. I really don't like that big gun. Oh, so this one's kind of tricky. You got to wait until he's at the bottom or he's at the top. If he's at the bottom, then go on the bottom. If he's at the top, then go on the top. And that clears the stage for you. So here's the boss. And this boss, you know, I really don't have much of a strategy for him. You just kind of go crazy on him and you know, duck a lot. I never had issues with this boss at all to where I even really needed to learn much of a pattern. Just kind of duck and shoot, and he's going to shoot his arm at you. Here it comes. Boom. Knocks it out of my hand. And then as soon as he knocks your gun out, just run up on him and kind of like the first boss, just shoot him as fast as you can right next to him. I think I've lost against him once, twice, maybe, and I've beat him several times. So, pretty easy one. So that's the end of the third world. We'll go ahead and wrap this up, and we'll do the fourth world. Make sure to like our videos and subscribe to our video feed, and check out our website at pixel-freak.com. Until next time, this has been Chris with pixelfreak.com.